Hello, this is Nina, and I'm making a short video from our rundown little cabin in the mountains. This is the cabin. Not the biggest place, but the reason why I'm doing is because we saw something spectacular in the air last night, Friday night. So I'm going to tell you about it. That's my dog, by the way, Frida. Hi, Frida. Yeah, beautiful dog. She's about 1 year old. Anyways, so this is the cabin. I'm just going to show you the area first. And there's a lake here, and then there's a mountain 1,700 meters above sea level. And that's kind of it. So we were standing out there on the porch, brushing our teeth and preparing to go to bed around 10 o'clock on Friday night, Friday the 26th of September. And I was just standing there brushing my teeth, and then all of a sudden, it was no clouds whatsoever. It was totally clear skies here. And then something just caught my eye, because it was like something moved over here, okay? And so I just kind of noticed it, and I was like, that was strange. And then I just continued brushing my teeth, and then it moved again kind of in the corner of my eye, like here, right? Up in the air. And then I figured, okay, I'll have to look to see what that was and kind of focus a little bit more. And so I focused on it, and then it was right here, okay? And there was another star right there. So because of that star and also some stars up here, I could see that it was moving because of the constellation of the other stars, right? So when I looked at it, it started moving up and down, and then to the side, and then it stopped. And I was like, hello you. That was interesting. And then I looked at it, and then it stood still for a while. And then all of a sudden, it started again, up and down, and then boop, boop, kind of like that. So it did, some fun stuff moving around and showing itself a little bit, I felt. And then I also saw that it kind of went around on its own axis, and it changed shape a little bit. It became bigger, a little bit smaller, and it kind of rolled around on its own axis. And it showed also the colors white, green, and red. It wasn't blinking, but because it was turning, the other colors kind of came towards us, and so it looked maybe like it was blinking. So I didn't have this camera, or I actually went and got it, but then I couldn't make it work properly. Or at least I couldn't make it zoom properly. It was, pitch dark, and only the stars showing. So I tried to use my phone, and I have a video, and I will post it. It's not very good, but at least I'll post it as a short, and I will just call it Weird Lights in the Sky, okay? And you can be the judge. I'll ask my husband also, because he filmed it on his phone, and that film might be better. So maybe I'll ask to use that one instead. But anyways, and we stood out here for about 15 minutes, and then it started getting cold, and we were tired, and it was like it was just continuing doing the same thing. And I tried to communicate with it, and I asked it to come closer. And I don't know if it did, but it did change format somewhat. So if that means that it came closer or not, I'm not sure. But what also happened at the same time is that I got a headache. So I felt like I was kind of having this thread between me and up to it with my head, from my head, and it gave me a headache, okay? So for me, connecting to it actually gave me a headache, and I don't know why that is. I didn't get deeper into it. I didn't try to figure out where they were from or what it was. And I can't tell you what it was. All I can say is that it was a light in the sky. It was not moving like a normal airplane or helicopter or drone that I've seen, because it was moving so fast. It was making these movements so quickly. So for me, a drone, I don't think so. And, my husband is an crew chief from the U.S. Air Force. He was in the U.S. Air Force for 10 years, and he told me that's definitely not a plane, not a helicopter. And, of course, it didn't make any sound. It was just the lights, So you be the judge, and I will post it And you can tell me what you think, but definitely weird lights, fun and really weird experience. We're going to stay here for one more night. If something similar happens tonight, I'll try and film it again. And I also reported it actually to MUFON, because for me, it didn't look like a drone, okay, the way it behaved. So that's me, that's what I did. So, but you be the judge of it when I when I post it. So that was just a little short message from the mountains here. Me trying to land a little bit after everything that has happened lately, and just enjoying my mountain and the lake and my little mini cabin. Hello there, hubby. And with Frida, of course, she's enjoying her time up here immensely. Just jumping around and being all sorts of wild and crazy. I understand that. But anyways, people, that was it. Thank you so much for watching. Till the next time I see ya. Bye.